Mark Spector, and this is from Sportsnet, said if there was an opportunity for Barrie to stay in Edmonton, it could be a great fit. He's apparently seeking long-term and max money. Obviously, he bet on himself, made a ton of money. Now, this is what, according to Luke Fox, they've also got Nuge to figure out here. But what they were saying here was the Oilers may instead, I'm not saying there are rumors that to this effect, but they may instead prioritize signing Larson because he's more defensive and then betting on Oscar Klefbom coming back and being Oscar Klefbom. But neither of those sounds overly appealing, does it?
It's not even just overly appealing, which no, they don't. It's you're leaving so much up in the air. You have no idea if Klefbom's going to be Klefbom. And the Oilers were terrible defensively in the playoffs, and you know who they had was all the Oilers. So your solution to bettering the Oilers is to bring back the Oilers? You got to make changes. You got to add, in my opinion. Like, Tyson Barrie was clearly, we knew what he did well. And he put up points in Toronto. Everyone ignores the fact that Tyson Barrie was Tyson Barrie in Toronto.
Very much.
I think he's a guy, though, for a team that can't score. And you bring him in and he's your fixer there. The Oilers need stops. They badly, badly need stops. And that's not a guy you bring back for big money and term if that's what you need. Let him go somewhere else where it's a better fit, and you go out and you get help some other way. Because you're just going to look the same. You can't look at the 4-game sweep against the Jets and be like, all right, let's run this back. Oh, well, they outplayed them in all this game. Well, they didn't win any of them. So who cares? It's just like the Leafs. So, well, they were, this happened and this happened. Build a fort with all your ifs. I don't give a shit. They need to make changes, man. Would it kill the Oilers to get creative? It might, literally.
Well,
we spent a lot last deadline. I don't know, and our cap constraints. I've never heard a term. I've never heard a team spend this much time talking about what they can't do instead of what they can. No creativity.
Hang on to that. Let me add to that.
Sure.
Steve, you're so upset.
And he's just, no, hold on. Don't go any further because I want to know what your opinion is when you hear this wrinkle.
Oh, great.
Because I'm adding to it. Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Spector thinks that he'd be looking for Leon Draisaitl-esque money. Now, Leon Draisaitl makes way less than he should. And the Oilers will think that's high. He said, but with Connor McDavid and Draisaitl on top of the salary structure, Nuge could be signed for a number that does not leave Edmonton like Toronto, which is top heavy with 3 forwards over $11 million apiece. So I'm thinking what they're saying is they think Nuge could be asking for 8.5. And he is one of the most popular Oilers ever. He's a big fan favorite. But Nuge is not worth that. Is he? Is he?
So funny.
As an unrestricted free agent, Alex Pietrangelo got 8.8?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. He won the Norris in the Cup, and he was the captain.
You must have some good shit in Alberta. 8.5 for your third best forward. I know who I am and who I cheer for. Shut up. I know who I am and who I cheer for.
But I would argue that all 3 of the Toronto forwards
are better than Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
And that's not a slight against him, but Tavares, Marner, and Matthews are better than Nugent Hopkins.
He's really good. He can play on any team's top 6. But sure. 8.5, you are out of your damn mind. Out of your mind.
You guys are also forgetting he made $6 million last season.
Which is about right.
If he wants a raise, it has to be somewhere between 6.1 and 8.4.
Infinity.
I tell you what.
Because he's not going higher than Draisaitl, so it's between 6.1 and 8.4.
Here's what you do. If he wants that kind of money, what he needs to do is go on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, maybe even eBay. And you go and find a DeLorean and you prevent the pandemic from happening so that the cap goes up and you're fine. That's the only way to get $8 million? No, not in a million years.
You sure?
7?
I think that's too high too.
7.
I think
Adam, is 7 too high for Nuge?
Yes.
Braden Point ruined it for everybody.
I think 6 is what he's making is what he should get.
I feel bad for players in Nugent Hopkins' position and Tyson Barrie's position. It goes back to our conversation, like guys who took less term before and they want their term now. It's guys, the cap isn't going up. The cap isn't going up. Like, I know agents are there to get you the maximum amount of money possible, but are any of these guys there to give their client the best possible advice or the most realistic possible advice? Guys, our reality changed in March of 2020. The cap stopped going up. No one's got any actual money. And if they did, the amount of money they're allowed to spend is kept at what it was 2 years ago. And it's going to be that way going forward for several years. $8 million? No.
That's just one person's opinion, to be fair.
Who in the National Hockey League is giving Ryan Nugent Hopkins $8 million?
Someone.
I think
if Nuge is an UFA on July 22nd or whatever it is, I think he gets $7 to $8 million. I think
if he gets that kind of money, then Zach Hyman's worth all the money that the Oilers are going to pay him.
I think someone says, here's 7.1. Here's 7.2.
Yeah, and again, it's not that he's not a great player, but if that's the cost, that's too much.
He's a great player. And listen, he might get that.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's very
only as
smart.
A free agent. If he re-signs in Edmonton, I see it being around 6 something again. But as a UFA, somebody's going to overpay.
35 points in 52 games. What the? No. Who's his agent? I'm looking it up right now.
NHL GMs, they're not the smartest bunch.
No, they're not. But like this summer, they're going to be. The cap is there to restrict their stupidity, and it's doing its job. It's doing its job. You can't do it. His agent is Rick Vallette. I'm just, man, he doesn't have a ton of clients. He's got Jake DeBrusk, a couple guys I don't recognize. Oh, he's got Dylan Ferguson. That was that high school goalie who played for Vegas. He's got Nuge. He's got Ryan Murray on the Devils. And 2 other guys who are RFAs who I haven't heard of. So I don't know. I guess he's got a hit on this one. Like, dude, $8 million? You should have scored more than 16 goals then. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he's an excellent hockey player. And I even conceded, $6 million. That's about right.
7.
Unrestricted free agent. All right. That raises the price. Maybe Jesse's right.
We're getting close. We're getting very close.
No, we're freaking nuts.
It's $1 million off.
That's a lot of $1 million.
It's right there, Steve. You have to concede that it's almost 8. If this guy is asking for 8, he's gonna get like 7 something. Like, that's how negotiations work.
I'm sorry. You have $8 million this offseason. You do not spend it on Ryan Nugent friggin' Hopkins. That is that's asinine. That's ridiculous. No way.
He'll be in the ballpark.
Who knows? Maybe here's the only way that deal could work.
Oh, no, it works.
Is if he goes to another team and rocks because it's the Oilers.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe they've been holding him back this whole time. I don't know.
McDavid's been holding him back.
I imagine. Well, I mean, he'll probably get a bigger role, but like, wasn't he his winger for a while as well? Like,
a little bit, yeah.
Bro, no. That's a wild amount of money for a guy who scored 16 goals. If you play D, then that's a fine goal total to ask for $8 million. But no, you're nuts. No.
Okay. All right. Now let me ask you this, Jesse. Was Steve right?
Yes.
Regarding.
But about what?
Was Steve right about Taylor Hall?
In what capacity?
Well, Steve's most most recent rant of note
Okay.
was regarding
He just
what?
went on one. So
the one that we published already, because at the time of this recording, this is not up.
okay.
So the most recent rant of note.
What, Steve? Can you refresh my memory on what you said about Taylor Hall or Adam?
A Taylor Hall conversation prompted this. Steve, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He should prioritize winning over money, which is ridiculous. It's like I was asking him to go somewhere and play for free. No, I'm asking you to take a slight discount. I'm asking you, instead of like 8.25 million for half a decade, you make, I don't know, 7.75 for 4 to play on a better team in a better market. And I wasn't even talking about the Leafs. If your choice is shittier team versus the Bruins, shittier team offering you more money versus the Bruins, you take the Bruins, Taylor.
And
I am telling you to sign with the Bruins. Do you know how hard that is? But no, I'm Joseph Stalin for suggesting that you should take a little less money to win for once in your career. Like,
I don't think you are.
I'm the nut job here.
Jesse and I are the ardent capitalists in this situation, and the NHL is socialism in this situation because they believe in equal rep share.
Oh, yeah.
If they were full-blown capitalists, they would have no cap.
Yeah, $7.25 million a year. It's just what a man of the people.
Okay, Steve hates when people make money.
Get a grip.
Steve hates anybody who makes money.
For sure.
Yeah, he does.
That's what a few people took from it. I can't imagine what else I've said in the past that pissed them off.
Really?
Like, just
man,
whatever you got to tell yourself to deal with the fact that you're wrong in this conversation and I'm right. You tell yourself that. I know I'm 1,000% right. Yes, Adam, go ahead.
Can I tell you why you might be?
Why?
Or at least why somebody might agree with you. I don't know if you're right, but I think somebody might agree with you. And that person is Taylor Hall.
Of course.
He said,
listen, it's not a prediction.
Okay, am I going to tell you the quote?
Go ahead. You go ahead. It's not a prediction. It's just what I would do. Go ahead. Sorry.
He's going to take a big old drink of that jug of water.
It's never a bad decision to drink water, folks.
I think that makes you a socialist. Anyway, Taylor Hall says, I don't even know what my value is at this point. I'm not looking to absolutely maximize my value at this point in my career. I've been fortunate enough to make some money in this league. And at this point, it's about more of a fit for me than maybe money or a long-term thing. You want to find a home for the next few years here, and we'll see what happens. That sounds to me like he's re-signing with the Bruins, guys.
Yeah.
And it sounds like for the same reasons that Steve told you.
Yeah. Well, that was another part of the conversation is I was basing my opinion off of his wants that he put out there into the media.